Good morning. You made it. Welcome. Get comfortable. I love your shoes, by the way. I saw them as you came in. Great colour. And they do. Yeah. They're the perfect, like even like the multi shades. I'm like, that's my kind of shoe right there. Okay. So there's plenty of space here at the front if anybody wants to shuffle around. There might be a couple of people joining late or in a couple of minutes. We're going to start in about 2 minutes and I'm going to close the door. Then anyone else who comes, it's tough tatas. So does anybody have any injuries or hindrances that I should be aware of before we start? That I don't already know about? Yeah,
just spine.
Spine?
Yeah, because they have a space like that, the bend.
Okay.
That's why it's mainly.
Okay. Does it hinder your movement in any way? Or cause you any pain?
Yeah, but pain in the spine
when bending. Okay, so just always work within your own range. If there's anything that I'm guiding you through that causes you pain or discomfort, just back off out of that and just listen to your body. Have you practiced yoga before? No? So it's less
like a light exercise.
Light exercise. Well, yeah, it's a collective wellness class, which is there's yoga is part of it, but the most important part is just to listen to your body. Okay, I'm here to guide you through some movements, some breathing exercises, some reflective practices, etc. But that's just it. I'm here to guide you. You're your own teacher. So just make sure you're paying, no matter what I'm saying, what I'm doing, no matter what anybody else in the room is doing, listen to your own body, okay? And don't feel any kind of way if you just want to sit and absorb the energy of the class and, you know, whatever's being said and just observe that's just as nourishing as doing the movements itself, okay? Yeah? And if you need any extra assistance, just give me a wave, I'll come over. All right? All good? Yeah? Lovely. All right, I'm going to close the doors now. Any last minute joiners for yoga? No? Okay. All right, good morning, everyone joining online. So, I'm actually going to hand out some pens and papers today because we've got a little bit of reflection and you have homework. So, it's up to you if you write it down or if you keep it in your head. I'll just put these here just in case you do want to write anything down. People joining in at home, yeah, just take a moment to grab some paper and a pen. This. If you would like some. And there's always the invitation to write down anything else outside of what I'm kind of guiding you through throughout the practice. And if anybody needs any more, just give me a wave. No problem. Okay, well, good luck with that. might be doing a lot of writing. Thanks. Go. Would you like a pen and paper to draw with? Yeah? There you go. And I've got some colours up here for you as well. There you go. Okay, so welcome everybody. How are we all feeling today? Good? Middle? Not so good? Yeah. Good? Yeah. Bit me. All over the place. Lovely. So, I'm Kaya, for those who don't know. We have a few new faces in the room today. and welcome to our collective wellness container. Part of what we do here is rooted in yoga, and I seek to recognize, honor, and educate on the African and indigenous roots of what we know as yoga, and a lot of what you see in the wellness world today. So we entered a new season recently, entering into the spring. It's a new seasonal year, new cosmic year. So it's all right. Let's just put all our phones on silent if that's okay. So today we're going to take a moment just to just reflect on where we are and what brought us here today, and just recognize if this is a container that we're ready to be in, because this space here that I'm creating is very intentional. It's not just a case of we're coming together to move our bodies, to breathe and feel good physically, like that will naturally happen. But in this new season, I do want to be, I hope to be digging quite deep into the philosophical side of the practice. You know, a lot of, yoga and wellness is very much about ascending, whereas in reality, we need to descend into the darkness in order to ascend. So, we got to sit with and look at and be with our shadow, the darker parts of ourselves and our experience in this human realm, to actually properly ascend and, break free from this harmful conditioning that we are living within, without bypassing anything, So recognizing what's going on socially, recognizing what's going on within us, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And then from the awareness and the peace that we find from examining our shadow self and the shadow of the world that we're living in, we can use that to build deeper connections to ourselves, to the people around us, to our community, to humanity, to the earth, to spirit. So that's really the intention of what we're doing here. But I recognize that some people see a fitness space, a yoga space, and just want to come and work on their body. It might not be the place for you. We're going to be doing that anyway. But what I'm seeking here is aligned energy, people who are ready and willing and able to experience the more challenging parts of the practice, which comes in stillness. It comes in recognizing that what we know as yoga and a lot of what we see in the wellness world is a colonized practice. What we're doing here is aiming to decolonize the practice and our minds, ourselves. So it's an opportunity to examine where your position in this world, your position of privilege, examine your allyship to those who are facing oppression, those who are othered in society, because what we want to do here is be coming together, not just coming in, focusing on ourselves, going back into the outside world and being back in this rat race, I really want to integrate the teachings and the practice into our whole lifestyle by coming together. Yes, it starts with self-awareness. Yes, it starts with moving your body regularly. But then when the work really shows, really happens when you are using this practice to build deeper connections to those around you. Not just be like, oh, I'm okay, so nothing else matters. We need change in this world, and spaces like this, of stillness, of peace, of awareness, of connection, is the catalyst for that change. But in this world we're living in, we're squeezed to the point where we have to just focus on ourselves to be able to survive. And that's what I want us to all break free from. That's what I believe we all need to break free from, to create the positive changes that the world needs. So today's opportunity to reflect on how that lands with you. If this is a space that you want to be in consistently, and yeah, then you can reflect on it outside of class, and then hopefully you're here on the journey with all of us, you know. So, anybody got anything to share in response, or are we ready to get into it? Cool. All right, so you can start seated or lying down, it's up to you really. Just find a comfortable position. And if you feel comfortable and safe to, then close down the eyes. Or if you would prefer to keep the eyes open, you can just take a soft gaze down towards the ground in front of you, or towards the tip of your nose. I'm going to come round in a moment and hand out some blocks for extra comfort if anybody needs it. So just taking a moment just to arrive here. Observing how it feels to be here in this room, in this body. Observing the space your body takes up, perhaps tracing the outline of your skin. Bringing awareness to your connection to the earth, points of contact between your body and the ground, or whatever it is that your body is sitting on right now or lying on. Filling into that sense of groundedness and stillness. Observing what arises for you in this moment of stillness. If anything. These ones, you might not need them. Okay. There's often these times when the mind becomes more active, thinking about what needs to be done. Might become overcome with physical sensation. Maybe even emotions start to arise, things that you may have been staying distracted from for a long time. You may start to notice that these during moments of quiet, and the body may respond by wanting to move or continue distracting itself with other thoughts. For this moment, all we're doing is recognizing that. Just observing how your mind works. Remaining kind to yourself. This is not a magical room or mat where the outside and inner world becomes still and calm. This is a practice of being aware of the chaos, being aware of the noise, the busyness, and then being able to find and maintain your inner peace. So we start just by observing the noise, if there is any. And then gently guide your awareness towards your breath. And just allowing your awareness to settle in the area of the body where you feel the breath the most. So this could be the rise and fall of the stomach or the chest as you inhale and exhale. It could be the flow of air alongside your throat muscles. It could be the cooler air as you inhale and the warmer air as you exhale through the nose. And perhaps you feel the flow of air throughout your body. With each inhale, each cell being energized, feeling is that sense of aliveness throughout the body. With each exhale, a softening. And anytime the mind wanders, just return to this anchor point, the breath. Breathing into any areas of discomfort, any areas of tension. Visualizing making space around this sensation. If you feel overcome by emotion, visualizing an expansion around the heart space, allowing space for that emotion. If the mind becomes overrun by thoughts, visualize breathing into the brain, an expansion, allowing space for these thoughts. And with each exhale, visualizing and feeling into a sense of softening. Noticing the heart rate, any changes in the heart rate as you gently begin to deepen the breath. Filling up the lungs as you inhale and emptying the lungs as you exhale. And for the last few moments of this opening practice, we'll take a moment to contemplate our why. What is it that brought you here today? What is it that brought you here specifically to this container and to me as a teacher, if anything? And as you gently blink open the eyes, you can take another moment in stillness and contemplation, or I invite you to write down whatever came up for you. Write down your intentions. Or just take a moment to feel those within your body. And as we move through the practice today, pay attention to what resonates with you, be that the words that I'm saying or movements. And again, I invite you to write these down, because your homework is to reflect on these. All right, so whenever you're ready, we're going to lie down, if you're not there already. Those on chairs, just stay where you are. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to fall wide. We'll reach the arms up and overhead. Take a hold of the wrists or the forearms. Yeah. What you can do is just move the feet as wide as they will go. Yeah, so if you can bring the feet separate and as wide as they will go. Point the toes out, so you kind of sat like that. Yeah? Lovely. And try you can stay sat on your seat. Yeah, but just keep your feet wide. If you're comfortable standing up like that, great, but you can keep your bum on your seat if you want to. Yeah. Just so we're opening up the hips. And then, yeah. And have the spine self-supporting if you can. And you can bring the arms like this. Yeah? Straighten the spine. Lovely. Breathing into where you feel it. Again, aiming to fill up the lungs as you inhale, expanding down the whole of the front of the body. And then make a triangle with the hands by connecting the thumb and your first finger and opening the palms. Rest this over your lower stomach, your womb, your sacrum, your seat of creation, and direct the breath into and around this area. Take the hands to the outside of the thighs and gently guide the knees together. Walking the feet to the outside edges of your mat with the toes turned in slightly. Allow your knees to rest inwards. Placing both hands over the heart, taking deep breaths into and around the heart space. From here, gently pick up the hips, shift them over to the right hand side of your mat. Extend the legs down to the bottom left hand corner of your mat. Draw your left shoulder towards your left hip, so you're kind of curving the spine. Left hand rests on the lower stomach, right hand reaches up towards the top left hand corner of your mat, so your body's in kind of a banana shape. The hips are over to the right and the feet and hands to the left. So you can keep this left hand on the stomach or reach it up, take a hold of your right wrist and use it just to assist a little bit of a deeper stretch. Allow your legs and arms to relax as much as possible. And you have the option to cross the right ankle over the left foot for a slightly different sensation. Yeah. Lovely. Yeah. So you can keep your feet flat if you need to. And all you can do here, or if it's more comfortable, is reach up and then over to the side. Yeah, and have the spine self-supporting.
Start okay?
Yeah, so sit your spine straight. Yeah? No, sit down like that. That's fine. Reach the arms up and then over, using your abdominal muscles to create this, and just hold it there as long as you can. And then once you reach your end point, just bring your hands back on your knees, close the eyes and breathe. Yeah? And then go to the other side. Yeah. Hopefully you're feeling a nice expansion across and down the right hand side of your body. And there is always invitation to explore if there's any kind of adjustments or variations that you want to try out. Please go ahead and do that. Remember, you are your own teacher. I'm just guiding you through some suggestions of movements. Always do what's right for you. I'm going to take 2 more breaths right here. And then gently bring the body back to center. Take a full round of breath right here with the knees bent. Just allow your body to reset. And then whenever you're ready, shift your hips over to the left. Curve the spine to the right, bringing the right shoulder towards your right hip. And extend your legs down to the right, and either your left arm or both arms up towards the right. So we're taking this banana type shape, the opposite direction. Having the arms and legs, shoulders, face, abdomen relaxed. And again, you've got the option to cross the left ankle over the right for a slightly different sensation. Last couple of breaths here. And then gently come back to center. We'll inhale, take a full body stretch. Exhale, hug the knees in. Lovely. And just begin to rock side to side, round and round. Just massage the lower spine into the mat. And then find stillness. Begin to circle the knees. Switching directions. Lovely. And bring both feet down, about hip width distance. Bring the palms on the ground. So those who are on the ground, you guys on the chair, I'll be over to you in a moment. Grab a block and place it horizontally between your knees. For people joining at home, if you don't have blocks, you can use books, cushions, rolled up towels, anything that you can also do this without the block, it's just a bit more difficult. So palms on the ground beside the hips. We're going to inhale to begin. As you exhale, squeeze the knees together. Engage your pelvic floor, which is the muscles all around your reproductive organs. So if that feels a bit abstract, imagine that you're trying to stop a flow of pee midstream. They're the muscles that you activate. Hopefully you'll feel these muscles plus the deep core tissues activate through your trunk, pressing the spine, especially the lower spine, into the ground. And then once you have that activation, start to press into the feet to peel the spine off the ground, lifting the hips into a bridge. Press the palms down, squeeze your bum cheeks together. And as you inhale, we're going to lower down with as much control as you can, vertebrae by vertebrae, so the hips come down to the ground last. Inhale, completely release once you finish your inhale. As you exhale, same thing. Squeeze the block to begin. And then zip up all of those muscles through the pelvic floor, through the abdomen as you lift. And inhale to lower. Once your tailbone reaches the ground, you can release the activation and completely inhale. Exhale once again. Then just keep that going, following the flow of your own breath. Paying very close attention to what muscles are being activated. We want to move with as much slowness and control as we can. Lovely. So what you can do here, if you're able to, you can do the same breathing exercise. Inhale to begin, exhale to activate, and squeeze from your pelvic floor up through the core. And if you're able to, as you exhale, you can come to standing and inhale, lower back down. Yeah, but only if you feel good enough to do so today. You can just do the breathing exercise and the activation while still on the seat, if that's better. But we're just going to do 5 more. Anybody online, just give me a wave or an emoji, let me know who's there. And if at any point the sound drops out, do the same thing. I will be keeping my eye on the screen. Lovely. Once you're finished, you can remove the block and take any movement the body's asking for to feel relief. Whenever you're ready, bring the feet flat once again. We'll cross the right ankle over the left knee. Press the right knee away from the body, keeping the right foot flexed, so the legs are in a figure 4 position. You can stay here or bring the left knee in towards the chest, take a hold of behind the thigh or underneath the kneecap. Pressing the back of the head and the base of the spine down towards the earth. Gently release, bring the left foot down, keep the right ankle crossed over. Inhale, as you exhale, without changing the position of your legs, bring the sole of the right foot down to the ground. So we're in a gentle twist here. You have the option to take hold of your right ankle with your left hand and keep pressing the right knee away from the body. So hopefully you feel a little something down your IT band, the outside edge of your hip. It kind of wraps around your back. Lovely. For this, you can just do as you were doing before. Cross the leg over while you're seated. If you can, just do your best. And then once it's there, see how it feels to straighten your spine and bring your chest forwards. Lovely. Last couple of breaths here. All right, gently make your way back to center. We'll switch the crossing of the legs, so left ankle crosses over the right, flex the left foot, press the knee away from the body. Stay here, or bring the knee in towards the chest. Take a hold of behind the thigh or underneath the kneecap, pressing the back of the head and the base of the spine into the earth. Breathing into this connection and breathing into where you feel it. Last couple of breaths here. And release. Bring the right foot down. Without changing the position of the legs, we'll drop the left foot, the sole of the left foot down towards the ground. You've got the option to take a hold of the left ankle with the right hand. Wherever you are, keep pressing that left knee away. Left hand can rest wherever's comfortable. I like to have it kind of out to the side with a bend in the elbow. Last breath here. Just make it the deepest breath we've taken today. And gently make your way back to center. Uncross the legs. Inhale, take a full body stretch. Exhale, hug the knees in. And gently, let's extend the legs up towards the ceiling. People on chairs, if you can extend the legs out in front, have the feet flexed. You can do one leg at a time as well, if that's more comfortable. Lift through the kneecaps so the whole leg is active. Keep this activation as you begin to point and flex the feet. Now we're going to try spread the toes as wide as you can. Keep them spread and circle the ankles. As if you're trying to draw the biggest circle you can with the base of your big toes. Switching directions. Lovely. So flex the feet, keep this activation. Inhale, lower the right leg. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower the left. Exhale, lift back up. Don't forget that activation that we practiced just before. We're going to keep that going, following the rhythm of your own breath. If you need to place your hands under the base of your spine for some extra support, please do. And to make it a little bit less challenging, you can bend the knees slightly and tap the ground with the toes. The main thing is we want to keep the activation through the core so we can control the movement as much as possible. What you can do here is sit up straight and lift one knee at a time. Yeah, sit straight up. So you can sit down, but keep your spine straight. Yeah, and just lift. Do that same activation as we did at the beginning. Lift one leg at a time if you can. You can also do it with the leg out straight and up like that. Yeah? You can stay with single leg raises, or for an extra challenge you can lower and lift both legs at the same time. Following the rhythm of your own breath. Lovely. One more on each leg, or just one more if you're doing both legs. And then bring the legs down, take whatever movement you need to feel relief. And then taking your time, however's comfortable, make your way up to seated first and then over onto your hands and knees. Okay. Yeah. Back. Okay, take it easy. All right, so whenever you're ready, stacking the shoulders over your wrists and hips over your knees. Straighten the arms and press each corner of the palm of your hands down to the ground. Keep the elbows strong throughout this exercise, and all we're going to do is, without moving the spine or the elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Your chest may drop a little bit further towards the ground, and then press through the palms, spread the shoulder blades as wide as they will go. So for now, we're not arching the spine, we're not bending the spine. We are retracting and protracting the shoulder blades in isolation. So what you can do here is elbows bent, elbows together, out, arms out, squeeze the shoulder blades here. Yeah. Yeah, try and really feel it in your back muscles. Yeah. Okay. Your shoulders.
What am I doing? Is that right?
Just your shoulders. Yeah, so we're keeping the arms straight, spine straight, everything straight, and all we're doing is squeezing the shoulder blades together.
Oh, squeezing the
Yeah.
shoulder blades together.
Yeah, and then and then pressing through the ground and spreading them as far apart as possible. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, no problem. Perfect. All right, so pay attention to this movement because this is what we're going to continue, but we're going to bring in some spinal movement as well. So what we know as cat and cow. So shoulders do the same thing, but we're just going to also incorporate the spine. So as you inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw the chin and chest forwards, press the belly towards the ground and lift the tailbone so your spine is arched. Again, same thing, press through the ground, round the shoulder blades, chin to chest, tailbone tucked under. You can also tuck your toes underneath here for a slightly different sensation. Inhale, exhale. Lovely. And what you can do with this one is hands on the knees. Inhale, chest forward, shoulder blade back. Exhale. You can do this sat down if you want to, or stood up. It's up to you. Lovely. Main thing is exploring the range of our spine. And for the next few breaths, I invite you to be a bit more free with this movement. So if you want to come round in circles, shift the hips backwards and forwards, maybe ripple the body up through a plank and back down. Just close the eyes if you feel comfortable to, and just explore the body whichever way it wants to move. Or just stay doing exactly what we were doing. We'll take 3 more breaths, doing whatever it is you're doing. And then whenever you're ready, bring the big toes together, the knees wide, shift the hips back to the heels, and rest your first eye on the earth. It's up to you if the arms stay extended or if you rest the arms down beside the legs. I'm just going to take a moment here in Kapara, which is one of the establishment poses where we also come to rest, regroup, reground. And just let the energy that we have cultivated through this previous segment to settle into the cells before we continue with our movement practice. And if they're not there already, extend your arms forwards, have them as wide as the mat. Fingertips and shoulder blades spread nice and wide. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips into pyramid. So high onto the toes to begin with. Find that alignment from the hands all the way up to the hips and all the way back down to your feet. So it's commonly known as down dog, but in Afro-centric practice, we use the kemetic term pyramid to represent the shape of the pyramids in ancient Kemet and the sacred geometry associated with that. So just take a few breaths here, find that alignment through the spine. Maybe then you can find the heels drawing further down towards the ground, but that's not the intention here. The intention is visualizing the energetic flow from your points of contact between the ground and the point of contact or the highest point on your body closest to the heavens. Two more breaths right here. And then whenever you're ready, tiptoe the feet towards the hands. Have the feet nice and wide with a deep bend in the knees. Allow your upper body to completely hang. Maybe shaking the head, waving the body side to side or backwards and forwards. And eventually allowing the arms to hang. Find your deep breaths here. And then gently press through the feet. Roll the body up to standing. Stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. So the head and shoulders are lasting to rise. Roll the shoulders back at the top. Step to the top of your mat if you're not there already. Palms face forwards, eyes closed. Take a moment here. This is one variation of Heru, another establishment pose which represents self-mastery. We're breathing into that energy. The felt sense of being the master of oneself in each moment, despite what's going on externally and internally. That mastery comes from awareness, comes from each choice, movement, belief, being rooted in the principles of Ma'at, which is truth, justice, reciprocity, harmony, balance. These are our grounding principles through this practice. This is a space, a position we can return to at each moment to reground and re-anchor ourselves to these principles. We'll inhale and exhale, bring the hands together in front of the heart space in Sima, union. Inhale, reach the hands up to the heavens, palms still together in Tekken. We'll stay here for a few moments and breathe into the visualization of the energetic flow from the spirit realm to the physical realm through the vessel that is your body. This body that is a vehicle for spirit. From here, we'll make a triangle with the hands or a pyramid. Face it up to the heavens, inhale. Press the hips forwards, lift the heart, bring that pyramid down to your first eye. Separate the hands into a Y. Circle them back, down, forwards, pyramid in front of your first eye, inhale. Exhale, bring the pyramid down to the earth. Separate the hands so they come under the shoulders. Step back to pyramid with the whole body. High onto the toes to begin with. Find that alignment, find that energetic flow, and then maybe soften the heels towards the ground. Inhale, ripple the body forwards into a plank. Find that activation through the core that we practiced at the beginning. As you exhale, keep the knees up if you can. Lower all the way down to the ground. Point the toes back. Lift the chest and chin into Wajjet Cobra. We're going to lift the hands off the ground. Press the tops of the feet down. Press the hip bones down. See if we can lift up even just a millimeter more. Keep that activation. Bring the palms of the hands down. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the first eye down to the ground. Inhale, tuck the toes, engage the core. Exhale, pressing up into plank. Keep the knees down, come to half plank first if you need to. Lift the hips into pyramid. Exhale into pyramid. Inhale here. As you exhale, gaze forwards. Lift up the left leg. Round the spine, knees to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist, knee to your right elbow. Inhale, lift one last time. Exhale, round the spine, knee to nose. This time step the foot forwards. Find length in your lunge as you inhale. Gently bring that right knee down as you exhale. Inhale slowly, press the hips back. Hands in front of the shoulders, heart raised to the skies. Dua, adoration, giving thanks. Exhale, pressing the hips forwards, lengthening from the lower spine. Duat, the underworld. The slowness and the intention is what we're aiming for through this flow. This is Ujjara, or sun salutations. Inhale, press back. Exhale, plant the palms. Stepping back to pyramid. Inhale, ripple the body forwards, plank. Find your activation through the core. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, Wajja. Use the back muscles here. Exhale, first eye comes down. Inhale, tuck the toes, prepare to press. Exhale, press. Inhale, pyramid. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, round the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Lift one last time. Knee to nose, stepping it all the way forwards between the hands. Find your length as you inhale. Take your time. Gently bring your left knee down. Inhale, slowly pressing back. Dua, adoration. Exhale, pressing forwards. Duat, underworld, darkness, shadow self. Inhale, pressing back. Exhale, plant the palms. Inhale, back to pyramid. Exhale, pyramid. Full round of breath right here. Bend the knees, gaze forwards, giant step forwards with the left, followed by the right. Inhale, find a flat back. Bring the pyramid to the earth. Bend the knees, keep them nice and low as you raise the pyramid up to the first eye. Arms extended. Assets thrown. Inhale, raise the pyramid to the heavens. Down to the first eye, hips forwards, heart raised. Circle the arms back. All the way forwards, raise the pyramid. Overhead, palms together in Tekken. Inhale. Exhale, Sima. Union. Inhale. Make a pyramid with the hands, slide it down the midline of the body to rest over your sacrum, womb space, seat of creation. Close the eyes, breathe. Release into Heru, palms face forwards, eyes closed. Self-mastery. Inhale, open the arms wide. Exhale, cross the arms over, taking hold of opposite shoulders. As you exhale, drop your chin to the chest. Assets embrace. A posture of divine love, unconditional love for self, those around you, humanity, earth and spirit. Inhale, open the arms wide. Switch the crossing of the arms back to where we were. Release into Heru. Inhale, arms up and overhead, Tekken. Lift up the heels. Exhale, hands into Sema. Keep the heels up if you can as you bend the knees. Come all the way down. With control, bring the knees down. Use your upper body to counterbalance. Might want to use your hands to adjust your little toe. So we're coming into a foot stretch here. Hands on the knees, close the eyes into a sesh pose. Breathing here for a moment. Untuck the toes, sit the heels back down if you can. Bring the hands behind you, fingertips pointing forwards if possible. Straighten the arms, lift the chest. Lifting up one knee at a time. It may not go very far, but hopefully you feel a little something down the front, the top of your foot and ankle. Switching feet. And then maybe lifting both at the same time. Lovely. Extend the legs forwards. Inhale, reach the arms up, engage the core, arch the spine if you can, roll with control down to your back. Inhale, stretch the body. Exhale, hug the knees in. Whatever movement or adjustments you wish to make, go ahead. Otherwise, we're finding Uakepri, which is a comfortable lying down position with the eyes closed. Maybe with the feet wide, the arms wide, with the palms facing the sky. If you are sat on a chair, just come to where we began. Eyes closed in a comfortable seat. So Uakepri, we can come in, sometimes we come into this, or we begin the practice in this position. Pretty much always end in this position. It is another establishment pose, which represents the blank canvas that is you in each moment, but it really is amplified here as we want to be completely rested. So we're able to receive whatever downloads are wanting to come in. We're able to come into that place of open awareness of self, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It is your foundation of stillness, peace, and rest upon which you can build whatever it is that you want to build. This is the starting point, this is the foundation, this is the canvas for whatever you want to create from this moment forwards. It is a position again that you can return to come back to this energy, and it is a position that most of us naturally come into at the end of every daily cycle when we're going to bed. This is the kind of energy, the intentions that you can bring to mind at the end of each day. And this next season, as I said at the beginning, we're going to be digging a little bit deeper, and I really want to be sharing more about the reasons why we do the movement we do and come into the shapes and postures that we do. And I share a little bit about what they represent, but I want to be just focusing on how we can implement these teachings, these intentions into our lives outside of this container. So hopefully wanting to stick around for that. So I'm going to come around and give some hands-on adjustments to a few of you in the room. If you'd rather not receive this, please place one hand over your stomach and I will leave you alone. It'll just be a gentle head massage, and pressing down of the shoulders, but I won't get round to all of you anyway. Otherwise, just take this moment to rest and observe. And just gently beginning to introduce some movement to the body. Moving the fingers and the toes. Slowly turning the head side to side. Maybe taking one final full body stretch, if that's what you need. And then however is comfortable for you, finding your way up to a seated position, keeping the eyes closed for now if you can. Once you arrive, bring the palms together in front of the heart space in Sima. Bowing the head. And we'll just take a moment to close out the practice with a sequence that represents union in all aspects. So, always keeping our awareness on the palms of our hands, whatever they're in contact with, and the energetic flow between our bodies and whatever else it's in contact with. Reinforcing that wherever our attention and intention goes, energy flows. And this is how we energetically strengthen the connection to self, to earth, to spirit, to each other. So taking a deep breath and beginning to rub the palms together in a circular motion. Separating the hands slightly. Feel that energy between the palms. Cup the hands over your eyes. Inhale to fill up the lungs. Exhale, empty the lungs. Bringing the palms back together with the back of your thumbs, resting on your first eye point. Affirming we are connected to our intuition, divine thought. Sliding the thumbs down the midline till the hands rest in front of our heart. Affirming our connection to our heart. Coherence with this area. Making a period with the hands, sliding the hands down the midline to rest on your womb, sacrum, seat of creation. Affirming we are connected to the power of this area. Bring the pyramid down to the earth. Inhale. Follow with your first eye if you can. Affirming that intuitive connection between us and the earth. That innate connection, in fact. Raise the first eye in the pyramid to the heavens, affirming our connection to spirit. Whatever that means to you. Whatever religion or spiritual system that resonates, if any. Exhale, pyramid down to the first eye. Affirming our connection between our divine wisdom, our intuition, and the cosmos and spirit realm. Separate the hands, bring them down to the earth. Once again, sealing off the practice. Give thanks for the exchange. Thank you for bringing yourselves here today. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone who's able to and who is not already, there is donations information at the back. There's a cash box and online information if you need it. Again, only if you're able to today. Guys joining online, if you're able to donate, it is greatly appreciated. I know that in doing so, you are contributing to a single parent creating passive income. And that's really where dreams are made. So I just want to say it's appreciated. There is information, if you're watching this live, there's information in my channel description. If you're watching this in the future, there's information also in the description box below. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the practice and see you next time. Peace. Oh my gosh. There's some crazy people on the internet, isn't there?